In our last session, we read a letter from a self-confessed people pleaser who wanted to know what it would look like to stop caring about what other people thought of her. I explained that she wouldn't be giving up all interest in everyone's opinions, but that she would first be losing her attachment to conditional approval. And second, she would learn not to demand acceptance from any one person or group of people. As an illustration of giving up conditional approval, I posed the example of her mother calling her on the phone to ask that she run an errand. Now, back to the writer of the letter. Up to this point in your life, you would always have agreed to run the errand for your mother. Why? You would claim that it's because you love her, and I would counter that your claim is not true. Now, I don't know your mother, and I've never seen the two of you interact. So how could I possibly make such a statement? Because I know quite a bit about you from what you've said. Real love is unconditional. It's given and received freely, without obligation. But that could not be the case here with your mother. Let's prove it. Imagine telling your mother no. Imagine saying to her, "No, Mother, I just don't have time to do any errands for you today." The very thought of saying that to her makes your whole body just pucker up, doesn't it? Now, I don't deny that part of you does care for your mother, of course, but the biggest reason you would say yes to her request is that you simply could not imagine saying no. You're afraid of saying no, terrified really. You're afraid that your mother might withdraw some of that precious approval that you need so badly. So you do exactly what it takes to please her, so she'll keep right on liking you. In other words, you buy her love. And darling, you are far from alone here. This is how most relationships in the world work. All over the planet, people are buying love from each other, and they don't have the slightest clue that they're doing it, which is why they're so bewildered and frustrated when their relationships keep running into walls and having problems and ending up in divorce and so on. When I say relationships, I'm not just talking about husband-wife relationships. I'm talking about any kind of relationship. Spouses, lovers, parent-child, co-workers, teacher-student, any interaction between human beings. They're all pretty closely related with small variations. So if you feel obligated to do what your mother wants from you, what you're giving her isn't love. And what you feel from her in return isn't love either, because what you're getting is bought and paid for. It's all a huge lie. But this huge lie is all you've known your whole life. It's what you were taught by the people who were most important to you, your parents. And it was what was taught to them by their parents. And it's the lie almost all of us were taught. So don't feel too stupid. Having learned this lie over a long period of time, it will take a significant period of time and practice to learn a new way of thinking and behaving. And we'll talk about that in our next session.